Night Attack is brought to you by all of our lovely patrons over at patreon.com/Night Attack. Subscribe today and get the pre-show and after-show early in your own RSS feed. Also, thank you to Doghouse Systems for powering this show. We're using their great computers, and you can too. Get yourself a free SSD drive when you get a Doghouse computer at doghousesystems.com/v/rogue and use promo code ROGUE at checkout. Our good friend ICU put together this previously on for Night Attack episode 331.
Aren't you cold? I'm freezing.
Thus, do I leave thee?
At last, there's something to shout about on Broadway.
She's so good. She pretended to poop so good it smelled.
A spectacular evening of theatrical thrills.
Oh, she was so good, I could smell it.
He's only pretending to be cold because he's actually pooping.
They get you here. They get you right here.
Oh, God damn it. God damn you, ICU. God damn you, Ball Washer 69th of his name. And a good evening to you, the Haunted Broadsword, Casey McKinnon. Hello, you beautiful people, you demon hordes of the internet. It is Tuesday night, and that means it has got to be go time for Night Attack. Live in Austin, Texas, I am joined, as always, by my BFF and OAK is JRY, Justin Robert Young. Man, we had a hell of an after show last week, man.
Oh my God, yeah, a revelation that just came to me about how I used to bully a classmate in elementary school because he kept bragging about his uncle being in commercials led to the fact that apparently the "it gets you here, it gets you right here" guy is a meme that is well known on the internet, and indeed he also starred in Bullets Over Broadway. So if you're not a patron, early Patreon plug, go get the patron RSS feed so you get that stuff earlier. But enough about last week. Enough about the 5 episodes we've done in between last week and this week's episode. Let's talk about who we have on today. An old friend that has not been on since 2020. And I'm going to blame everything that's gone wrong during 2020 on the fact that we have yet to do our first episode of the year with Mikey Neumann of Film Joy. Mikey!
Hello. Hello. Pleased to be back. I feel like I caused coronavirus, which that's not great.
No,
sorry
you didn't
everybody.
cause it. You didn't cause it,
All
but it
you did
happened
was
in your
ask-
absence.
All that you did was ask the world, which is more likely, a coronavirus that infects everyone, or ... and the world lost its mind and we have coronavirus.
Yeah, real or fake?
Yeah.
Actually, America would suck at that test right now.
Yes.
You could straight
It
up
would not be
ask.
good.
That could be one of the questions. Coronavirus,
COVID-18.
real or fake?
COVID-19.
What have you been working on, man?
Oh goodness. Movies at Mikey. I just did a big Dune piece. We had some off time from our show Deep Dive because we couldn't shoot because of the fake.
Real quick, on
disease,
the Dune
obviously.
piece, is it about the movie or about the multiple attempts at the movie? Or
It's about everything. It's very me. It's about the book. It's about like did you know that Frank Herbert, like his cousin is Joseph McCarthy?
Sorry? No.
Yeah,
No.
right? So that's where the episode starts, and I basically just tell you a bunch of stuff you didn't know about Dune. Without getting too far into the minutia of Dune.
So Dune, for the uninitiated, aka anyone born, in the last 20 years, was a movie that David Lynch was so unproud of that he refused to put his name on, and
He
yet
refused to put it on later.
Oh, he did?
Alan Smithy is the director's cut. His name is on the regular cut.
Okay, right on. Well, so for me though, in second grade, Dune blew my mind. The movie Dune, my mind was blown. It caused me to play the game in 1990. It caused me to play Dune 2, which was the precursor to Command and Conquer, and then all of Warcraft that came after that.
Episode.
Okay, great. And so regardless of how David Lynch felt about the movie, I feel like he gave a gift to the world by Dune existing was a gift to the world. It's how I was introduced to Patrick Stewart and the work of didn't the guy who did a bunch of the set designs for Flash Gordon do a bunch of work on that as well?
That I don't know off the top of my head. I mean, a lot of the piece is about how Dune and all these forms, like RTS is a very specific one. Like that genre would not exist as it does without like Westwood Studios making Dune 2.
Dune game.
And the reason RTS exists in the first place is they're like, well, resource management with all the, spice and everything.
Well, I suppose
that's where RTS comes from.
But what I was trying to say in my tweet storm was basically, and something that Justin and I have talked about at length is, we always say, watch the movie first. Yes, the book will always be better, but that's why you should watch the movie first, is so that you can only have a even better experience waiting for you in the book. So when I see anybody upset and preemptively wound up about whether it's a Cowboy Bebop live action version or a Avatar: The Last Airbender live action version, it's like really all I see is people pre-protecting themselves in cynicism, saying, I love this thing and I'm afraid if the live action version isn't good, somebody might make fun of me for loving it. And everybody should be less afraid.
Yeah. I mean, the thing about the Dune movie is it's also like awful and makes no sense and is amazing and weirdly 80. Like it's good if you've read the book and then watch the movie because it'll make more sense. But also if you just watch it, you're just like, holy shit. How did anyone let this happen? It's amazing.
I will say in maybe one of the worst attempts to culturally educate a teenager ever, my uncle, as me and my family were out at a pool party, decided to be like, hey, you're nerdy. Come watch this movie, Dune. Like, as everybody else is out having a pool party. And I'm like, I got maybe 10 minutes in the first time I tried to watch. I'm like, dude, this sucks ass. Like, I'm going to go play in the pool because it's awesome out there.
Whoever controls the spice controls the universe.
Get this Harkonnen shit out of my face. I'm going to go do a cannonball right now.
Also, I'm ashamed to admit that it was like 15 more years before I figured out that all of the alien language, air quotes, was just Arabic, and that the air quotes spice was straight up oil, and that the air quotes Fremen were just the quote people who lived in oil rich Saudi Arabia, and we're controlling the spice that makes the world go.
But I'll tell you what, something else that you just did on your channel that I think is a must watch if anybody has not watched it was your big deep dive on Zelda and Breath of the Wild specifically, but you go into Zelda,
that was
the
right
larger
before,
franchise. But please, if you have not seen it, go see it. Obviously, Mikey is an amazing film reviewer, but considering your long career in the video game industry, I think you putting your knowledge base to work in terms of a Breath of the Wild was just fucking awesome. A great
it was
deep dive. It made
overdue.
me, yeah.
Have you played The Last of Us Part 2 yet?
No, I don't know. I'll get around to it, I'm sure. I'm not into like gross violence. It's not my thing, so I don't know.
That's
like I'm
interesting.
taking my time on that one.
Yeah, no, that's interesting. I wouldn't have put it in that category, but I also never would have predicted that me and my 12-year-old would be so into it. I don't know. I don't want to say anything else.
I've heard a lot of like different stuff on it. I mean, for me, it's just I go through cycles where like violence is just not a thing I love. Part of that actually comes from working in the game industry because like when you make violence, like do art and stuff, all of your source is like real shit.
Yeah,
like people getting their limbs blown.
Like,
so
what does it look like when a sword gets
like,
embedded in a head? Like, well, let me find this file footage of a sword being embedded in a head.
I mean, yeah, like yes, that is what they do. Like it is rough being an artist that has to work on violence in video games, which is a thing that people don't really talk about.
Yeah, there was an element where when I stopped being a reporter on a daily basis and stopped reading police reports and stopped,
Right.
speaking with other people who all they did was read police reports and talk about autopsies and death and stuff like that, that you realize like, oh, wait, no, I come from a jaded position. Like I come from a position where it's like the baseline and the jokes and even like the way that you talk about certain things are just fundamentally different than regular society. Like you need to reacclimate yourself as a citizen.
Yeah, for sure. Which is why a beautiful segue. Tonight's quiz is about none of those things.
Yeah, there we go. Well, I'll tell you what. Before we get to that, let me remind you guys. Sorry, no. Sorry, you want to set up the quiz and then we'll do the Patreon thing and then we'll come back to it.
Yeah. Yes.
All right, go
so
ahead.
I was going to ask where our knowledge level is on the sort of mystifying force in the universe right now known as Quibi. Where, like, if you know nothing about Quibi, the next hour of your life is going to be incredible.
Oh my God! Here's
have been
all
doing
I've held
nothing.
on to. Yeah, oh my God! Jeffrey Katzenberg, Meg Whitman, bury her with that
Papa,
golden arm.
please.
That's pretty much it. That's all you need to know, right?
Okay, so the golden arm one that is on here. That one's gonna be free. That's okay. I'm
Okay.
giving you 1 at 20 for free.
Okay, great.
But
Great.
like that was I was when I was texting Jury this morning, I was thinking about that because I had just seen that, and like Quibi is so ridiculous. You cannot take a screenshot, you cannot save the files. There is not like people talking about this or sharing stuff. So to share it, you literally have to use somebody else's phone to
yes.
record the other phone. And then all of the Quibi stuff on YouTube is just people recording other phones. And they were like, why didn't this work in the new age of social media?
It's almost as though it was a bad idea.
Yeah, so I can just make up whatever the hell I want.
Yes.
And no one will know.
Oh my God.
So Quibi is amazing.
All right, well, let's take a
tonight's
look.
quiz is called "Is This a Real Quibi Show?"
Oh no.
Not your
I'll tell you
Patreon.
what.
Bryce
I'm going to
might
run
be
to the
qualified on
restroom before
this.
we go. Do your thing.
Yes, please go ahead. Go to the restroom right now because we're going to remind everybody that this and every episode of Night Attack is funded by you. Patreon.com/Night Attack is where you go. That's where you go to fund this particular show, our Tuesday night mothership. That's where you go to fund our 5-day-a-week, 1-hour happy hours, Monday through Friday. If you would like to be a part of it, now's the time to do it. Patreon.com/Night Attack gets you a custom RSS feed that allows you to get all of these programs seconds after they get uploaded. No delay at all.
Heck
It's
yeah.
the most well worth thing that you can do with your cash.
Look, man, the other day we were talking. We're like, man, it's great doing Night Attack week after week, every single week, every Tuesday night. I wish we could do more. And Justin said, how about we do it every single day of the week? And I was like, I guess we'll call it Happy Hour. How can we reward the people who make all of this possible? And Justin said, we're going to shout out their name, a random person who either ups their pledge or is a new pledger in a little thing we like to call...
Ladies and gentlemen, it's time for the Night Attack new Patreon name chant corner hour.
It's an hour of it. All right, look, man, yes, this is a name you've heard before. Yes, he did up his pledge by exactly 1 penny, but you know what? Screw you, Dad. You're not my real dad. Let's hear it for my real dad, Sutherland Boswell.
Sutherland Boswell!
Again? Also, I love you, my real dad.
Wait, didn't we already do Sutherland
We did it
Boswell?
like 2 weeks ago.
We
No,
did,
yeah,
but
no,
he upped his pledge by one penny.
Sutherland Boswell.
Well, I'm still the classic Texas football coach, Sutherland Boswell.
I mean, you got to mix things up, right? You got to keep them guessing. It's
I'm sorry. I'm hip hop impresario Sutherland Boswell. That's me. I'm gonna make my new hip hop musical.
Coach, we're up against the all-state elites. Do you have a rap that'll get us all excited to win?
Well, my name's Sutherland, and I'm rapping, you see, because I come from Tennessee. Nashville is where I hang my hat, and if you come to me, I'll scare you like a cat. Boo! Cats are easily scared. That's what you know when I show up in a hot air balloon. I'm Sutherland Boswell, rap legend, and that's how I like to get my words in. Sutherland.
Word. Also, I love you, my real dad. Also, we tell a completely 100% totally true story, unbroken from beginning to end for exactly 1 minute because we're live here on Twitch. Justin, what's a true story that happened to you?
Well, my given name is Cattle Humper, which came from the Dutch side of my family, the Renegoes. Cattle humper, of course, is an elegant term, as an old job that used to be the boss DJ, or DJ boss, as they say in the mother tongue, where you just boss around other disc jockeys. Because back in the day, you would have what they referred to as an X modem, which was two modems super glued together. You had to realize that you should take them off from each other because no one knows really how they did it. That's what you call doing the biz dism. At least that says my grandfather used to tell me. Anyway, it was Dan 33, which is an old Dutch slang for 1033, when I looked across to my old friend, the Crimson Zamboni, who was a figment of my imagination back when I grew up in Captain Jack 913, Tennessee.
Enough. Close enough. You did it. All true tales. Thank you to the Bit Boss. Who's the Bit Boss?
I forgot to get it. Somebody. We'll find out at the end of the show.
Well, all right, Mikey, for those of you for whom this is the first Mikey quiz, there's a lot of pomp and circumstance that goes into this. Sure. Brian, how would you sum up your confidence here going into the Mikey quiz?
I mean, I don't know. I mean, it seems like I just, blindly walk forward and then win everything and get everything right. But I mean, not that there's, not a lot of effort put into these questions. It's just that some of us are born to walk right past them.
Hey, how did I get owned? Unfair. I'm remembering that.
It's like a video game. It's like, Mikey, we'll remember you said that.
Yeah. Brian, starting with -5, I see. Okay.
I haven't had the best luck in these quizzes in the past, but I've maybe
I already have -5. It's already on the scoreboard.
Oh, wow.
Fair enough.
That's a bug.
I've lashed out a little bit in the past, and I apologize for that behavior. Yeah. I don't think that wasn't good of me to do, and so I've done a lot of self-reflection, a lot of work with my inside the old ears, and I think we're going to have a good game here today. I think it's a calm, easy game. I think it's going to benefit my state of mind.
I'm sure it'll be a subject that will be very neutral, that we won't already have opinions about. Mikey, what is today's quiz about?
So this morning and last night, I was reading what shows exist on Quibi, who's on them, what are they about, what are they called? They all have just basic ass 1 or 2 word good show, kind of just basic. I can't give you any examples.
Like I know Reno 911 had a
that one is not
on there. Yeah, and then that's
I didn't realize how
know.
many reboots were on there. There's a few.
Okay, all right. Well, so the game is to figure out if they're real or not.
Yeah, you have to say real or fake. That's it. It's a binary. There's no trick questions. within reason.
That's
This
what I'm
is
saying.
the first
no
quiz.
trick questions does not sound like
Well,
a Mikey quiz.
No, obviously. But this is the first quiz where you actually watch me break. So it gets a little interesting. But anyway.
Ready.
Question 1. We're starting with jury this week. The show name. So I'll say the title and then I'll do a brief description.
Sure.
Flipped. A couple of TV house flippers are hired by a Mexican drug cartel to renovate their voluminous mansions. Stars include Eva Longoria and Andy Garcia. Is that real or fake?
Flipped. So this is a scripted show. This isn't a.
This is a yes. There's some are reality, some are scripted. This is a scripted show about a couple of house flippers for the drug cartel.
Quick bites of Eva Longoria and Andy Garcia dealing with house flippers. I'm going to say this one is fake, Michael.
Okay.
I'll tell you this much.
Brian.
The only people who flipped were the people who were having this pitch to them at Quibi. They said, "Damn it, son, we're serious. We're Quibi. Don't bring us this silly trash." Yeah. And then he flipped.
Yeah, that sounds like somebody at Quibi said no one
So
ever.
literally anybody who said no to anything at any point in the history.
Like just like walk in. I'm bleeding. Yes, signed.
Perfect.
Get this man
10
an
episodes
ambulance and a show.
It's like, you get our most harsh rebuttal yet. 3 episodes.
Yes.
No. I'm going to say not real. Not real.
You are both
the answer
incorrect.
is yes, but
What? Sorry, what?
Yeah, you're both wrong. That is real. And that was the easy one. So put on your seatbelts. Yeah. Everything I just said is true. Well, I wouldn't go pulling up wiki pages. Don't.
I'm not showing them nothing.
Okay, just making sure. You can show the guy.
All right, Justin.
Yeah.
You know those moments, Justin, where we're playful and we're back and forth, and then there's these brief moments that we remind ourselves that at the end of the day, it's you and I that do the show together, and somebody is here trying to outshow our show. I'm just saying.
One
oh,
question.
whoa, no, Brian, you're just the golden goose, right? You're just waddling
damn it.
along wherever you want to go. Everything just falls your way, right, Brian? No, please go ahead, go.
I've never
walk your own
driven
path.
a wedge between you this quickly.
I'm
It was
just
one
saying. I'm just
question.
saying. Look,
And that was
look,
the
look.
easy one.
I'm not focused on anything else. I'm just keeping it centered.
Okay.
Here we go.
Number 2 goes to Brian.
Will Forte's in that, by the way. What the fuck? I love Will Forte. I had no idea.
Man, if only they had spent literally any money to tell the world about it, then maybe that would have been a great thing.
That's true. Number 2 to Brian.
Yes.
Chrissy's Court. Chrissy Teigen is a judge in this real-life courtroom drama where Chrissy's mother also joins the fun. Stars include Chrissy Teigen and her mom.
Real. I think we talked about this. If it's not real, it's because it's a different celebrity that I don't know.
Yeah, this one's definitely real.
Okay, point to both.
See?
I mean, you're going to get some of them.
Feels good to be on the same team, right, Justin?
That is true.
It's us against him.
Oh no.
There's nobody. There's nobody.
no.
I've got walls up. I've got emotional walls.
Okay.
I'm looking at my physical walls. I'm drawing strength from both, and I'm keeping a focus here on the game. I'm not gonna lose my cool.
Okay.
I'm not gonna go crazy. I'm just gonna answer the questions, and I'm gonna win.
We're gonna win, but
Okay.
Centered.
Number 3 to jury. Name of the show? Hot Goss. The two hottest gossipers around, Rumor Willis and Vanilla Ice, run through the hottest celebrity gossip rumors of the day. Stars include Rumor Willis and Vanilla Ice.
Hot goss. Hot goss. You fucking come on this show and you say that hot goss, starring Pembroke Pines' own Vanilla Ice, is on Quibi. Mike, I believe that what you've told us is a load of horse apples. That's fake.
Okay. Ryan?
Justin, normally I would be inclined to disagree with you, but as this is a team effort, I'm going to back your play. Because I want us to win together. So yes, hot goss, a term that we've used on this show for half a decade, is not a Quibi show.
You are correct. Jury, I'd watch your step moving forward. He is going to stab you in the stomach at the end of this. And watch the light leave your eyes.
Look, it's just me and Mikey.
Weird,
that's all I see. I see me and Mikey.
broken.
I'm just answering. I'm doing everything I can. I'm trying to balance this here. And I don't know who else needs to hear it, but I don't need somebody else pulling on the other side when I'm doing my best to keep the fucking equilibrium. Left, right, counterbalance.
I'm just trying to tell you, he's going to stab you.
Centered.
Seems like only the audience would win in that scenario.
Centered, justified. Not
right.
left, not right. Centered,
right.
justified.
20 questions.
Okay, ready.
Number 4, Brian.
Yes.
Fierce Queens. Reese Witherspoon gives us the inside scoop on the fiercest females of the animal kingdom, from ants to cheetahs. Stars include Reese Witherspoon and some cheetahs.
Real?
Okay, jury.
It's 100% real. Documentary, animal documentary series.
Wow, you know all your Quibi, sir? Checking it out
Maybe
on the weekends?
Maybe I do, Mike. Maybe
Watching
I
my favorite
do.
show, Fierce Queens, which is real.
Yeah!
Hey,
Man,
maybe
3 for 4 for both of you.
Maybe.
God, I hope it doesn't get hard from here.
Maybe, Mikey, you just realized you're locked in here with me on Quibi questions.
That's okay.
Oh.
All right. Number 5 goes to jury. Memory hole. Go through some of the weirdest and downright strangest stories in pop culture history with host Will Arnett. Stars include Will Arnett and Jason Bateman.
Is this me?
No, it's Justin first.
Jury.
I shouldn't have talked shit.
I'll just have some rosé if you don't mind.
I was just, I was probably bad. Because here's the problem with this one is that Will Arnett will do fucking anything for a paycheck.
That is true.
That dude has infinite time. Apparently, he's got Hermione Granger's magic compass or whatever, and fucking he is just getting
Will
all
Arnett
the money.
is on sock patrol. Check out Hot Socks with Will Arnett.
You're gonna fucking one of those when you just have a TV that just has all the things that are now on the sub broadcast channels, somewhere between channel 2 and channel 4. There's 2.34 and there's an original by Will Arnett on it. I am gonna say that this one though is fake.
Okay.
This one.
Brian, where are you at?
Justin.
Cut it. There's no tether. There's no thing together. You play yourself. I'm not gonna let you fucking have this game theory bullshit because
he's
you fucking
already in your head. It's
one's
already
in my
done,
head.
Apparently,
no one's in my head. No one's in your head. Just answer the fucking question.
Justin, look. I want us to win because it's us versus him.
Oh, God.
And that's why I'm going to let you know that not only is this real, but it's a blatant ripoff of Everything is Terrible. It's terrible.
Brian is correct. It is real.
On both accounts, can we get that on the record? Right
I mean, I
down
don't
to
know
the
if it was
font. Right down to the font of
Oh,
memory
really?
hole. The font, yeah.
Wait, I'm sorry, Brian. Do you have a Quibi account?
No,
Because now I'm getting a little concerned. Because you seem a little too knowledgeable.
I've got something
about
better
this.
than a Quibi account. I have a Bryce.
I don't think that's possible. It's the best thing.
I have a
I'm
Bryce.
going to
who
Quibi.
has a
Movies
Quibi
and Mikey
account.
on Quibi. All 3 views going straight to me.
I mean, I'm
Number
just saying.
6 is a Brian question. And we need to wipe that smile off your face if you don't mind. All right. Number 6 to Brian. Tall tale. Experience what it is to be tall in every country in the world. Join hosts Shaquille O'Neal and ex-Vancouver Grizzly Bryant Reeves as they discover if they can even find clothes their size once they travel to Iceland and beyond. Stars include Shaquille O'Neal and Bryant Reeves.
It's too good. It's too good. It's too good. This is something I would actually watch. It's got to be fake. It's got to be fake. It's got to be fake. It's too good. It's too good because it belongs in the universe, and nothing in the universe is this fair.
The Vancouver Grizzlies haven't existed in like 15 years, right?
Yeah, but that's big country. You know Bryant Reeves, right? He played for like 6-7 years.
I'm aware that, but who would be in a show with Shaq? Like Shaq retired.
I'll
like
tell you who would
6
be
years
the general.
after.
I see them always driving around together, talking about insurance.
Him and Papa John hang out together. That's a fucked up crew. Shaq, Papa John, and the General.
Yeah,
that's that's a fucking weird crew. I'm gonna fake. It's fake.
Brian, what did you say?
I said it was. I said it was. I said
it
fake.
was fake.
Yeah, because it's too good to be real.
It is too good to be real. Brian, you're at 5. Jury, you're at 4.
Justin,
by the way,
we're
if
winning.
you said
winning.
Memphis, if you said Memphis Grizzlies, I would have went real. Literally, my only fake thing was Vancouver. That was the only time.
I literally, like, while doing that, I was like, I'm gonna use big country. No one has talked about him in like 15 years.
No.
And I was like, he needs big suits. What a good, what a smart.
Yes.
Yeah, I probably could have worded that better, but
no. You fucking almost had me if it weren't for Vancouver. That was
okay.
That was it.
Oh, well, this one's the freebie, so I'll go ahead and make this 6-5 because number 7 is Sam Raimi's 50 Stages of Fright, an anthology show that features a 3-part story where Emmy winner Rachel Brosnahan from The Marvelous Miss Maisel as a woman obsessed with her golden arm, caused, of course, by pulmonary gold disease. Karen Allen is on that show. Like,
dude, there's some fucking talent. There's some like I honestly, if it were on if there were on any other service, I would have watched this by now.
Yeah, I mean, I could make you 40 YouTube shows for $2 billion. I could probably make 21, to be honest with you.
And by the way, they're gonna let you make it with all that money, and you get to keep the rights to it. They don't even own shit about it.
The score is
nobody's
updated
watching
to
it.
say,
They don't need to.
Brian Brushwood, bury me, Justin Robert Young, with my golden arm.
Bury me with my golden arm. Number 8 is going to Brian.
Ready.
Murder house flip. How do you sell a house where someone was previously murdered? Hire the best in the biz, of course. From morbid to marvelous. Stars include Mike Welch and Joel Uziel.
I want to hear more about the marvelous side of things, but what I assume they meant to write was marbleized, which is how the blood from that brain splatter looked on the ground. It's marvelous. Real. Real as rain.
Jury.
Is this scripted or reality?
This would be reality. Like actually houses where someone was killed Then a house flipper comes in and flips that house to sell.
I mean, it's
I'm
not
sure
a
they
bad.
don't give you a. Well, like I feel like if anybody watched that show, they might be aware that someone was killed there.
It's not a bad pitch. Like, I mean, if you're gonna say like, what's hot, murder
Okay, Jeffrey.
documentaries.
My favorite murder house. A podcast about how I flipped this house. A lot of people ask me. Wait, sorry. All right.
Yeah, no, real.
That is real. I was surprised by that one.
Were you surprised?
I'm shocked because it is a good. I mean, like, look, like, all I'll say is this: I know a lot of people that watch HGTV and listen to Serial. Like that is a demographic for which these two great tastes go great together. I don't know if they'd watch it together, and it certainly has not helped Quibi succeed, but it is a good pitch.
All right. Number 9 is To Jury. Murder Santa. From the minds behind the Police Academy movies comes a wacky tale told in easy breezy 6-minute bites. The town of Abacaw, Minnesota is about to get the worst mall Santa the world has ever seen, an escaped inmate from death row. Stars include Goldberg and Jonathan Lipnicki.
Wait, Goldberg, WCW champion Goldberg?
Hey, he was a movie guy.
Probably a Santa too.
He's played Santa before. He looks
has.
like a murder Santa.
I'll tell you who is the murder Santa right now is the one who murdered my heart with this. I guess you go first.
I think that this is this is fake. I think that I believe that murder Santa. Although if this is real, I'm gonna get Quibi immediately. I'm like, I will literally sign up for Quibi if this is real. I want to watch this if this is real. Yeah, we should have a fucking offer code. How do we not have a Quibi offer code for this fucking game?
No, I'm gonna go fake.
You are both correct. It's not real. 827.
Although, God, it would be so fucking funny. Professional wrestler, the most famous Jewish professional wrestler of all time, playing a fucking murder Santa. Amazing. All right,
he's played Santa before and horror movies. I combined two things we already know to be true.
No. Again, great pitch. How did Jeffrey say no to this? He must have been out to lunch.
That's true. Number 10, going to Brian.
Ready.
Punked. A Quibi reboot of the Ashton Kutcher MTV classic. This reboot is hosted by Chance the Rapper. Stars include Chance the Rapper.
Real.
Yeah, it's real.
Yes, it is. But that's also a setup for something else. This MTV rabbit hole goes deep, my sirs.
All right.
Ready.
I didn't know Punked was a thing until today. I was like, really?
Yeah, apparently it was I know it because it was the only thing. There's only one person on this show that it's actually had a Quibi account, and that is Bryce Neshkamp Castillo, our producer. And he liked, I think, 2 shows on Quibi, and Punk was one of them.
That's
and
right.
That's the only reason why I know Punk.
Watching Meg the Stallion think a bear stole her dog while she's in an SUV and they won't let her out because she thinks it's a real bear is really good. But other than that,
All right, 11 goes to Jury. Grime. The life of a cop working vice is never clean. Follow Detective Grit Mac Cardaway through the New York that New York doesn't want you to see. Stars include Josh Duhamel and Werner Herzog.
No. What?
Fake. It's fake. If it's real, I'll get Quibi.
That's always going to be the answer.
If it's real, I'll get Quibi.
I'm gonna say it's fake, but for a different reason. Werner Herzog is
a different reason other than you desperately want it to be real and you don't believe such beauty is possible. Because that's my reason.
okay. You know what? For the same reason, it turns out.
After further discussion.
So
we both say
Jerry's a fake. Brian's a real.
We both say fake.
Oh, okay. It is fake.
Oh, damn.
I just wanted to give Josh Duhamel something to do.
I know. He's just sitting around. He couldn't get that Quibi bag.
Mikey
I
quiz
feel
is
bad.
a
Like I
complicated
threw him a bone
profession.
that doesn't exist. Josh, hit me up. I'll put you on, man. Transformers? Let's go, buddy. Let's go. All right, number 12, going to Brian.
Ready.
Run this city. Jaziel Correa II is the youngest man to ever be elected mayor of Fall River, Massachusetts, and at the same time is fighting charges from the FBI related to his previous company, Snow Owl. Produced by Mark Wahlberg. This is a documentary.
So unscripted.
Yes.
Unscripted and yet literally a subplot from Parks and Recreation.
Yes.
False. No. I say no.
Jerry?
Can you read it again?
But if that's okay with Brian, because he already guessed.
Yeah.
Are you okay?
Okay.
Yeah.
Run this city. Jaziel Correa II is the youngest man to ever be elected mayor of Fall River, Massachusetts, and at the same time is fighting charges from the FBI related to his previous company, Snow Owl. Produced by Mark Wahlberg. This is a documentary.
Okay, so here's the fucked up thing. This is a real story. I'm aware of this story. There really is a super young mayor, and I'm almost positive it's Fall River, Massachusetts, and he scammed some investors in for some app thing. What I don't know is whether or not there was a documentary made about it.
I'll tell you this much, Justin.
But it sounds like the kind of shit that Quibi would fucking buy, and it sounds hilarious that it's fake only because Mark Wahlberg's too perfect that Mark Wahlberg would go with the Fall River, Massachusetts.
Jury, buddy, God, you caught up right there, and you convinced yourself because that's real, brah.
It's real. What you should have been focused on, Justin, is who did this? When was it done? Where was it done?
How could it have been done?
How could it have been done? And what on-screen graphics would they have put?
Pay out the fucking somebody talks themselves out of the right answer fucking prop that Mitsula has. God damn it. God damn it. I knew that one too. I fucking, God, of course, Mark. No, there's nothing too on the nose for Mark Wahlberg. If there was a documentary about parking the car in Harvard Yard, fucking Mark Wahlberg would be the executive producer. Son of a bitch.
Accurate. That is
Fuck
accurate.
you. Fuck
I
you.
can only put that on screen for about 1 or 2 seconds at a time. I don't know if the terms of
Sorry.
service will let us
I'm sorry,
nibble
what?
around for too long.
Well, okay. So it is.
He made a documentary series about his brothers making hamburgers. There's no depths to which Mark Wahlberg will not stoop.
Okay.
I'm trying real hard to be the shepherd.
It is 10-9. So Brian's only up by 1. So we still have a game.
That was my tying point. Fuck you.
That would have been. You knew it. You knew it. You identified all the things. And then you still got it wrong. Number 13. Jury, are you ready?
Yes.
The name of the show is Skirt with Offset from Migos. Take a peek inside Offset's lavish garage, described in Offset's own words. My fans don't know how much I know about cars for real. This platform will let them see there is more to me than just buying cars. Stars include Offset, Cardi B, Chance the Rapper, Lil Yachty, and Quavo. Skirt!
Justin, the more he talked, was that helpful, or did it get less helpful the more he talked?
Well, The only times Mikey is, of course, an exquisite fucking torturer, and his details are often exquisitely sculpted, but sometimes there are false notes there. So, in thinking of a show that was almost certainly shot in 3 days in Offset's garage, I was just trying to look for any rapper that isn't immediately on the Migos block that they all live on, but he got fucking all of them. So there's no tell there.
Can we get Mikey to say skirt again? Sure. I do that all day. That's all I do is just go skirt.
Skirt.
Swag.
Gotta be real. That seems like a classic fucking like, there's enough Twitter followers to sell a show, and this is going to sell for the kind of price where they can shoot for 3 days looking at cars.
Brian, where are you at?
You might think that I would just say this is real because Justin said it was real. And because
no,
he
I would
knows
never put you
more
on a simple position. No.
about that scene than I do. But in fact, I know it's real because I watch this show and it's great. So real.
What's your favorite car on Skirt?
It's I don't want to say which one, but it's got four.
Well, no, I mean, like, just all
wheels.
right. Then go ahead and do your top 5. What were your top 5 cars on Skirt?
Oh my God! I mean,
so you're both real?
Wait, hold on. Let me.
Oh,
we're talking about my favorite show.
Out of it. All right.
Yeah, no. Go ahead.
Here's the.
What was the first car that you saw on Skirt?
I knew I love.
It was a Jetta, a diesel Jetta.
A diesel Jetta.
The moment I first saw it peeling out, it was Ferrari.
Wait, are you confused on whether or not it's pronounced Ferrari?
I'm confused on whether or not that's my favorite. I mean, I've got a lot of favorites, but if I had to pick, it would be that Ferrari.
On what show?
A Skirt. Yeah. My favorite part was when they peel out.
Yeah.
Yep.
Oh, that's a great part. They really build to it.
So we're both real?
Real.
Yes.
Both got a point. 10 to 11.
We are winning, Justin.
Honestly,
I know what I'm doing tonight.
Honestly,
It's
go fuck
downloading
yourself.
Skirt.
Honestly, like fucking. There's a bit, and then
Real
there's
talk,
a not a
real
bit.
talk.
We're fucking.
Get the fuck out
We're
of
honestly in not a bit territory.
Okay,
so
all right,
like,
all right.
honestly, shut your fucking mouth. Nobody's fucking on anybody's team. I'm centered, and I'm gonna
Jesus.
win this fucking game.
Okay, number 14.
Yeah,
Going to Brian.
good.
Singled Out. Also ripe for the Quibi reboot of an MTV property is Singled Out. Originally hosted by Chris Hardwick and Jenny McCarthy, this new version of the dating show will be hosted by Keke Palmer and Joel Kim Booster. Stars include Keke Palmer and Joel Kim Booster.
This does seem 100% prime territory for it to be real, which is why I'm going to say it's fake. And if anyone has thoughts otherwise, like maybe they think I'm throwing this one to Justin just to even it up, no, I'm playing for keeps because I thought we were a team. I found out we weren't a team. I found out I could go fuck myself. So I'm out for blood.
Scumbag.
I'm out for
You are a
blood.
fucking scumbag. You can't even play the fucking game.
I don't know what you're talking about, man.
Fucking, wait, it's real. It's real. It's real. I know it's real. It's real. Fucking just give the points.
So Brian got that wrong, though, didn't he?
Yeah, he did. He did. Oh, no. But he couldn't just fucking lay down with a smile. He couldn't just count the lights and fucking know in his heart that
Hey,
Justin, his co-host, is overheated. No.
I-
He had to fucking, when he gave me the gift of fucking mercy, he had to fucking smirk in my face and say, hey, it's mercy under the wrapping. Just so you know, I know what I'm giving you. That's what he did. That's it. We all saw it. We all saw it. Center.
So
Center.
it is tied 11-11. So we got 15, 16, 17. So we got 6 left. Jury, let's do this. Let's go. We're not on.
Oh, we're
team ball,
going,
no.
Michael. Oh, we're going.
Number 15 goes to Jury. Zip Zap Zooey. Go inside the rich history of junk food in America with sugarholic snack scientist Dr. Ooey Gooey.
Dr. Ooey Gooey? How is Ooey Gooey spelled?
OOEYGOOEY. Dr. Ooey Gooey. This kid's show is zany, wacky, and great for children of all ages. Stars include Mario Lopez and various puppets.
And wait, sorry, did you say and various puppets and like try to like disguise that like and various puppets? Like,
all right, look, I'm not gonna lie. I'm in a very vulnerable emotional state right now, but I've never laughed so hard that my fucking breath just came totally out of my fucking lungs. I thought for about a half second I was choking to death because I was asphyxiating on Dr. Ooey Gooey, star of the show, the Quibi original Zip Zap Zooey.
it gets 3 squeaks.
There's no way that. Wait, hold on. Is Mario Lopez Dr. Ooey Gooey?
Yes. Yes, that is the implication. Yes.
He would never take that. No, fake.
No, I'm with Justin. Team effort here. Team Night Attack. We
There's
say
no teams. There are no teams.
Yeah, no.
There are
Team
no
Night
teams.
Attack
Okay.
says no.
All right,
Together,
all right,
unified,
all
right.
all
Do
on the
that
same
anymore.
page. We say no.
You see what he's fucking doing? You see what he does?
I see we're not Mario Lopez fans.
Oh no!
Number
Come
16.
on, Emlo would fucking put his own name on it. It'd be fucking Mario Lopez's Zip Zap Zooey.
That's
Featuring
probably true.
Mario Lopez as Dr. Ooey Gooey.
Yeah,
Played by Mario Lopez. Number
played
16.
by Mario Lopez.
Wait, was it fake?
It was fake.
Okay.
Yeah, they both got it right.
4 honks
Number
for that
16 goes to Brian.
All right, ready.
Pimp My Ride. Surely there's not a third MTV reboot on the list. Surely Mikey
put
is
that
making
in
this
the
up
goddamn
because he knows
description?
he's in control. He's not even going to write a description. What's the point? But maybe Quibi really did buy the rights to 3 MTV properties and not just 2. Maybe I should ask myself if I'm feeling lucky. Well, do I? Punk? Star Wars stars include Lil Yachty.
You had me right up until the slip up where you said Star Wars. I'm gonna say fake, not real.
God,
Pimp
Jerry,
My
I don't want to
Ride.
like add pressure, but there's never been more reason to answer correctly than this. Like, don't get this wrong. I'll just pretend to be looking at things.
No. Looks like he's doing some very difficult getting ready to mess with us.
I'm thinking through it.
Yeah.
Exhibit was the original host. Lil Yachty would be a comparable. Probably would even be a step up in their comparable stages in their careers.
I mean, maybe a master's degree in ooey gooey, but a PhD? Come on.
I am going to say that Pimp My Ride brazenly tossed like a fucking slab of beef in front of us by the cruel fucking quizmaster Mikey Neumann daring us to call it fake is indeed just that. Horse manure. Fake.
Wow, you got all the way around there.
Yeah.
You both got it right.
We both went
ooey
gooey. High five. Team Night Attack. Team Night Attack. Here we go. Team Night Attack. High five. High
There's
five.
still no teams.
High five.
There's still no
Team
teams.
Night
I'm
Attack.
not
We're a
over
team.
it.
Team Night Attack.
there's
Team
still
Night Attack.
four.
No, not a team. Still not a team. Okay.
Like number one, I'm feeling a little bit better, but I'm not over that singled out thing. And I'm still a race car in the red right now. Okay. I just want to let everybody know. Trigger warning. I might shoot you. The trigger warning's to me.
Team Night Attack.
Well, that was a lot. Number 17 to jury. Last night, a pop culture clip show dissecting the interviews, the monologues, and the sketches that happened on late night last night. Hey, we could all use a few laughs right now. Stars include Heather Gardner.
Well, this wouldn't make any sense. I mean, I guess they still are shows, right? There still are Tonight shows. And then Jimmy Kimmel fled before the blackface he did 10 to 20 years ago resurfaced again like it has every year for the past 10 to 20 years. I'm going to say it's
fascination with Karl Malone there for a minute.
Oh boy, did he. Holy shit.
Yeah. Not healthy, that one.
Yeah, different time. And by that, I mean more permissive of racism. That's real.
Right. Licensing problems. That's difficult to do, whether or not whatever. It's not real.
Brian is wrong.
Oh. Yes! Oh!
Talk soup, baby. Fair use gets you through everything.
As long as you show short enough. And I remember that this was in one of the Quibi articles about why it was dangerous to launch during a pandemic. It was literally about this show.
Wow.
Baby.
He's got mad with power. All right. We are down to the last three.
Oh, things are looking up. Things are looking up.
You're up by one.
I mean, we're
right, number.
What's the team effort?
Number 18. It's going to Brian first.
I mean, so
number
we're
18.
doing great. I'm really proud of us.
Number 18.
What are you going to pick, Bri? What are you going to pick? I don't even know what the fucking thing is. I'm just asking you. You got to pick something, don't you?
Yeah.
You got to pick something. Don't get pick anxiety.
I mean, I hope I pick whatever is good for both of us because it's us.
There is no team. There's no team. Two people playing.
All right. Okay. Number 18. The McLovin Hour with McLovin. Christopher Mintz-Plasse is back, baby. Relive all the fun of Superbad with Mikey Doesn't Even Care Anymore. I hate all of these shows. They are the death of me. Quibi Stole Your Money. Stars include Christopher Mintz-Plasse.
I mean, that sounds not like a very good pitch, so I'm going to say no. But
I wrote all the descriptions based on actual descriptions.
I hope that Justin agrees so that we can win.
This is where, I mean, Mikey did warn us that there was an element of Colonel Kurtz here, that at a certain point he was going to be broken by the game himself. So that shouldn't, is that meth?
It doesn't matter.
It looks like meth, certainly.
It doesn't not look like meth. That's against TOS for the record.
I feel like
all right, so Brian is right now going into a wow, this is a real high stakes real or fake.
No, these are earbuds for the
editor.
I do like how concerned you became though. No, I think this is fake.
Jury?
I also think that this is fake.
So we agree. Team Night Attack.
No. I'm preserving my lead. Preserving my lead.
Yeah, he was preserving.
my
It
lead.
is 15-14. You both got that right.
Yeah, we got it right because we're a good team.
Number 19. This is going to jury. Sprinkles. It's a show about sprinkles. It's a show about sprinkles in stupid 6-minute chunks. Mark Summers is the host. Everything is death. Sprinkles. There's more than one episode. There's 4. Stars include Mark Summers.
We're talking about Mark Summers from Double Dare, right?
Yes.
Yeah. And Unwrapped and all the other.
Yeah. Everything is
We've
death,
worked together. All right.
for the record. What a weird place for a humble brag.
I mean, it's like I'm about to lose a game on the internet, so might as well throw that in there.
Just chuck in. Oh, by the way, I fucking worked with the Double Dare guy. I think that Sprinkles is for real. I think Sprinkles is a real fucking show.
I think it's real.
Yeah.
Both of you are wrong.
Oh no! That was my chance.
Shit. That was it. You have it in
We
your
are
hand.
down to the last question. And
by the way,
Brian gets to
Brian,
choose first.
It
whatever
fell through like so many sprinkles through Mark Summers' hands. Who you worked with, by the way?
I really came unwrapped on that end part, man. I double dare you to find a bigger time I've screwed up live on air.
Last question, 15-14. It all comes down to this. Are you ready, Brian?
I am ready.
For the TimTamulous world of Spencer Pratt. TimTam's fronted the bill for this soft The Hills solo reboot starring Spencer Pratt. He jet sets all over the world. He signs $100 million deals for breakfast, and he just can't seem to get enough of that succulent chocolate treat, TimTams. Stars include Spencer Pratt and Heidi Montag.
I'm going to go out on a limb and say 2 things. Number 1, the world doesn't deserve something so beautiful. And number 2, go ahead, Justin, ride my coattails and enjoy your game theory win.
What was your pick?
Not real.
Just imagine the scene at TimTam's HQ when they're like looking at their marketing budget and they're like, well, fuck, we can spend this on Google ads. We can spend this on Facebook. We were thinking about buying a Super Bowl ad. And then the intern's like, wait a minute, sir. What if we brought back The Hills as sponsored content?
It's already
for
back.
TimTam's.
They did bring back the Hills.
Well, my grandfather would have called this TimTam FlimFlam, but I like the cut of your jib. I say, rightio.
And then the CEO's like, you're
Ready
fired,
the Wallabies.
You're fired, intern. But then he goes back and he's like, the Hills, something just won't get out of my head. Gets obsessed with the Hills, fucking hires the intern back as his new vice president of advertising. And there this is born. What a much more beautiful reality that would be. We certainly wouldn't be living through the living hell that is 2020 if something so magical were indeed true. And so therefore I will say that it is false.
Okay, so you both guessed false? Got that one wrong.
What?
No, I'm kidding.
God damn it. God damn it. You almost broke all of us. You almost broke the show. You almost broke everything.
I looked at my phone and I'm like, I gotta buy Quibi now. Like I was about to buy Quibi.
Yeah, I didn't
so
realize
many
I would do such
TimTams.
Good. How would they not hired us? Quibi.
Oh,
Call us
goddamn.
God, your face. I was so scared when I like lied and then I saw your eyes start to like. And I was like, no. I'm sorry.
I'll tell you what, that wasn't so much a game except for it was a proof that we all should have pitched shows to Quibi because we could have fucking made
15.
it.
Yeah, congratulations to Justin.
Justin won one.
Yes! Fuck yes! Back, baby!
It happened.
We
Back
won!
on top.
Night Attack, Team Night Attack. We won. We did it together. You and me. We did great. We beat him. Come on, right?
Somebody's being a real TimTam. You know what I'm saying?
Huh.
Holy shit. Mikey, a psycho thriller as always, with your quizzes, at Mikey Face on Twitter, just so everybody at this moment of its greatest emotional, resonance, can everybody go follow you on Twitter. And of course, FilmJoy on, YouTube, right? That's
Yes.
youtube.com/FilmJoy.
We're actually
so go
about
do that.
to.
Yeah. Go ahead.
I was gonna say we're about to launch a second channel for a new show we're making that's pretty good.
Oh,
It's
can you give us
called
the? Can you
Hot
give us?
Quest? Yes, I will. It's called Hot Quest. It's a D&D show we shot during quarantine. That's about like the apocalypse and living through all the stuff we're living through. One of the apocalypses, because it's a show about like 5 apocalypses happening at once. It's goofy. And yeah, there's 4 episodes going up on our new channel very soon.
Hills.
And we're
Holy
really
shit.
excited about it. It's fun. It's the first episode is already up on Patreon if you get bored.
Yeah, and that's also where the money is really made. So what, patreon.com/filmjoy for
/ movies of Mikey still.
/ movies with Mikey there. Okay, there you go.
Even though, yeah, it is Film Joy. But
So we got a bunch of housekeeping to do for the rest of the show. Do you want to hang around, or do you want to just peace out and join us for after show?
yeah, it's kind of late and I got some stuff to. We're kind of swamped
Don't worry
lately. I'm
about
sorry.
it. We won, you lost. That's fine. Team Night Attack, hooray! Team Night Attack, the best team who ever won a Mikey quiz together.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, my personal tormentor and good friend, Mikey Neumann. Thank you so much.
That one didn't seem that bad. You guys did really good.
No, it was good. It was a really fun one too because
right,
it was on the periphery of stuff we might actually know. So
like,
it was awesome.
Honestly, Mikey, if this were an actual subject that we just had passing knowledge of, you would have fucking owned us. It's only the fact that by morbid fascination, we have been keeping tabs on Quibi for the last a few weeks that we even had a puncher's chance.
It came down to the golden arm. Like, I saw that today. Like, I was unaware. I saw the clip and I was like, I thought it was an SNL sketch. Because it
looks like it.
Not, I mean, it's got Miss Maisel on there, and you're like, oh, funny. Oh, I guess she was hosting that week. Yeah. That's real, like that.
Yeah.
That moment. Sam Raimi wrote that line and directed that line.
I mean,
but
seemed
then
like
also
a very Sam Raimi
with
thing
my
to do.
golden arm.
No, but then didn't even do it like a Sam Raimi kind of thing where he would like sell the comedy with a camera movement or something like that. Like he just was like, no, I'm
slow
gonna
zoom. Bury me with my golden arm.
so fucking good.
YouTube.com/FilmJoy, right?
Yes, that's my thing. Go watch that Dune episode. Go watch Deep Dive. It's a fun show.
Hell yeah. Go watch that Zelda
Can't
one.
wait to come back.
Hells yeah.
You're the
I
best,
can't wait till
You're the
Quibi
best.
launches season 2.
Of Night Attack. Of Night Attack. That's how long it lasts.
All right, ladies and gentlemen,
so-
big round of applause for Mikey Neumann of Movies with Mikey, Film Joy. Let's go ahead and get into Diamond Time.
Goddamn right, man. This is where we get to shout out your projects. For example, if your name is Dragon_Balls_Deep. Holy cow, guys. So my friend Ian is an idiot, and he's going to be so mad when he gets out of the woods and listens to the last episode. So he and his friend all caps, Jeff Holiday watch a show called Passions and stream it for the internet to enjoy with them. You might see where this is going. He's going to be really excited to hear his Diamond Time submission being read on air until you get to his typo. Yeah, he put a typo in the most important place not to have a typo in the URL. It's twitch.tv/RealJeffHoliday. That's HOLIDAY. Also, he submitted his Diamond Time the 1 week they didn't do a stream because he's off in the woods for the 4th. Anyway, he's going to be mad when he hears his mistake and when he sees that I already called him out on it. Let's call him out on it. We would never do such a thing because we're a team here. Team Night Attack, who won today's game.
Did we? Let's head on over to Mr. Hack Writer. Currently kickstarting my novel, Unbeaten Hearts, a vampire horror inspired by the old days of video stores, VHS tapes, and obscene buckets of blood. Funding is fully funded. I was immensely inspired by a friend of the show, a modern rogue, his own, Jason Murphy. If you haven't picked up his book, Black Goat Motorcycle Club, literally, what are you doing with your life? And wanted to share my creation with all of you Diamond Timers. So it is fully funded, but that doesn't mean that it can't be better with more money. Everything can be better with more money. YOLO420.com/hearts. No bullshit. If you like that premise, toss them a few ducats. Please recognize that great crowdfunding efforts can go above and beyond their goals.
And very understated writes, hit up support.currentgeek.com. Help Tom and Scott get their reboot of Current Geek off the ground. Get it funded.
Yeah, and by the way, I'm in the 3rd episode. Got a cameo in the 3rd episode. It is Radio Lab good.
Really?
Let me just say, it is not like in terms of production. It is like nothing you've ever heard from Frog Pants. It is Tom and Scott in a way that you have never heard before. Incredibly well scripted, incredibly well produced.
Sounds like Polish is the name of the game.
Big, including, so spoiler alert, I'm on an episode where they dig into professional wrestling, and it features Katie Dirks, our friend, who has a podcast about professional wrestling, and Marty the Moth, a professional wrestler who's been on television a bunch. Great stuff. It is literally Scott and Tom being taken to the next level. If you want to be a part of the original season, then you owe it to yourself to go on over there right now. Support.currentgeek.com.
Right on.
And that's Diamond Time. Reddit.com/r/Diamond Club is where you go. Sticky post at the top of the page each and every week.
Yo, what's in our mail sacks?
Let's find out.
Join us for drinks in the Diamond Club.
In the Diamond Club? That sounds grand.
Super grand. This is the part of the show where we read your emails that you send in to mail, MAIL, at nightattack.tv, like this email that we got from Matt. Matt has... I think this is in reference to a happy hour thing, so I'm going to need you, Brian and Justin, to help me out here with the topic.
We've seen a few of them.
The subject is poor eustachian tubes.
Oh yeah, that's those are my fat, overly fucked, big old fat floppy hot dog down a hallway eustachian tubes that I earned for the crime of losing 25 pounds over the last 6 months. Go ahead.
I feel like that description didn't help me understand.
Okay. All right. So here, hold on. Let me translate, Brian. So you know that Brian has had a problem with his ears, right? Which he chalked up to a loud noise,
right?
or his sickness, right?
Right.
So we went to the ear, nose, and throat doctor.
Yep.
And the ear, nose, and throat doctor said that it's not either of those two things. It is the fact that he lost a bunch of weight, and this is just some shit that happens when you lose weight and you're older.
Right.
So that was the diagnosis.
He didn't say older. He said and very handsome, but that's fine. We'll run with lose weight and older. It's fine.
Yeah.
So Matthew sends in some feedback about changes to happy hour, and that he is generally into any modifications. The final straw on me actually writing is I'm walking right now listening to the Monday show, and I also have terrible eustachian tubes that don't work. Practically verbatim what the doctor said. I sought a second opinion because the first doctor was so nonchalant about it. I'm a pilot, so I elected to have tubes because my ability to clear pressure was degrading. Today, my tubes are much better. You can, today's tubes, so I guess the tubes can also be artificial tubes.
Yeah, I mentioned on the show, it was like the doctor said, well, you could do tubes. And it's like I had 2 sets of tubes when I was a kid. And it's like, they put you all the way under and you can't swim. And I was just like, I'm not really into any of that.
Apparently now you can swim in salts or chlorinated water with current tubes. The biggest drawback is the loss of hearing. Put an object in a vibrating drum and it will reduce vibrations. It's definitely noticeable, but better than losing my job. The whole thing was relatable because I have an appointment in 2 days, and this was a week or so ago.
Wow.
And we'll probably get a fresh set. Needle to numb the ear is not fun and it hurts like hell. And Brian Matt also thanks you for sharing your story about Kepler on the episode of Happy Hour. Keep up the good work, Bryce, Bonnie, Schwood, and Jerry. Matt, thank you, Matt.
Hey, keep me posted, Matt. Let me know how that goes. And thanks to everybody who's given all different versions of kind words about sharing the whole story on losing Kepler and all that stuff.
Yeah. We also have an email here from Princess Willie entitled How I Got Into the Diamond Club. Princess Willie writes, I was fascinated with Tech TV and later G4's Tech TV when I was a teenager and followed Leo Laporte to Twit, and then G4 slowly died a gruesome death of reruns and guy shows. I was dubious about this new NSFW show. I mean, we already had This Week in Fun, which I don't think the timeline on that, right? TWIF was after NSFW, right?
Oh, no. We were concurrent. We had a...
Wait, but someone had to be first. Were they first?
They were first.
They were first.
Oh.
Yeah.
And then we showed up, we're like, hey, who wants to have a fun, wacky feud? Who doesn't understand the importance of boxing gloves and instead just shows up for a bare-knuckle, unlicensed boxing match? Oh, wait. Oh, dear.
Yeah, so they made fun of us, and then we made fun of them, and then they ended their show. So the last counter, like it was like, oh, like they made fun of us, and we came back, and then it was like, oh, boom, oh, I guess you're dead now. Well, there goes. Now I guess we killed you. The narrative is that we're ghoulish assholes. Like,
it's like, and plus also Martin Sargent was just outrighting us left and right. He goes, "Oh, what is this? A show with a journalist and a magician? Oh, what's this up my sleeve? The arm of an asshole." And it's like that's good writing.
That's really fucking funny.
Right? Oh, no, he was fucking hilarious. And so yeah, and he's like, oh, fucking, what's more worthless than a magician? A magician's assistant. Like fucking.
Unrelatedly, I can't wait for Santa to come back.
I think we will. Unrelated to that, I think we will have Martin Sargent on in the near future.
Oh, wonderful!
Oh, good.
That will be fun.
Yeah, no, he and Sarah. That was one of my favorite shows. Like honestly, like This Week in Fun. The reason why I was excited to do a little, and this was also at a point where I think we didn't really realize that the twit dynamic. But if it was ever going to work, where we could generate a little fun heat between the shows and launch NSFW on Twit, it would have been because Sarah and Martin got that and were so funny themselves.
Right.
And were so relatable themselves.
They would be the sunshine and we would be the thunderclouds, and we would show up and be all, I mean, we were Pigpen and they were Linus, right?
Well, yeah. And then ultimately the conclusion to that is we all do both shows, right, and it would be a fucking ultra hang. In fact, it is insane that to this day, the four of us have never been on a show together.
Wow.
Like, because that initially was going to be the natural path. We would trade barbs on each other's shows, and then we would guest on each other's shows, and that way we would fully bring all the audiences together. But I genuinely think that would be like among the two of us with Scott and Brian, the two of us with Ice Cream Social, like that would be that level of hang with Martin and Sarah, who have also known each other for fucking ever and are like some of the most fucking laid back, hilarious people I've ever met.
Well, and here's the thing, of course, is you can only do Secret Wars so many times, right? Like, you can't put all of the ingredients into the same comic book only once every so often. And that's
yeah,
sort
we
of
really shouldn't bother for a little while, for another couple of years, to really try and put them No, I'm busting your balls.
Oh. Yeah, I'm just saying, like, I would not mind if all of our molecules were constantly bouncing off each other, and it was always special that we always saw each other. Here's an Andrew Heaton in the mix, here's a Brian Ibbett in the mix, here's that kind of thing.
Yeah, and working on booking guests for the show more. We just had obviously Mikey on, and we had Casey and Anthony on last week.
Yep.
So everybody stay tuned. Good stuff coming. So finishing up Princess Willie's story. They continue. Well, I was immediately hooked despite my trepidation, and within a week watched your whole back catalog of BB Live show. You guys just spoke to me. It was like hanging out with my friends in Vent. Oh, Vent. Everybody remember Ventrilo? And I followed ever since. I even showed up to Twit Studios 3 or 4 times to watch Justin's End live, which was the coolest shit. So that's like beginning to end, basically, right?
Wow.
Yeah, that's heavy duty, especially because, like, it was a good, 2 years in when you moved up to the Bay Area and then started being live in the studio?
Yeah, that would make sense to me. Maybe a little less than 2 years, but around there, yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. Then let's see. I quickly realized. I quickly realized that all my favorite people around the Twit network were friends of yours. So when all the drama went down, it was a no-brainer that I was on the side of Diamond Club, and your affiliated podcasts are a majority of my podcast content today. Thanks for all the memories. You guys are my best one-way friendship forever. Diamond Club from Princess Willie. Thank you, Princess Willie.
So,
fuck yeah,
Princess Willie. Like, let me ask you guys. Like, I've used that phrase a few times. One-way friendship. I hope it's every time I say it, I'm pleased with what a clever turn of phrase it is. That it's a genuine friendship. It's just highly asymmetrical. But I don't know if it lands that way to everyone. So when I think about our one-way friendship,
I mean, it is just a less clinical term for a parasocial relationship.
A what?
A parasocial relationship, I believe.
Parasocial?
Is I believe what it's called, a parasocial relationship.
Yabs is saying agreeing. I'm unfamiliar with that term.
Parasocial relationships are one-sided relationships where one person extends emotional energy, interest, and time, and the other party, the persona, is completely unaware of the other's existence. Except with social media now, like, we are in contact with people constantly on Discord and Twitter and stuff. So, and a modern
that wouldn't be parasocial because. Well, I guess in some cases it's slightly more complicated because I very much care what everybody thinks about me that's listening right now. They know me a lot more than I know them, but I care about everybody so much that if any one part of the gigantic mosaic speaks up negatively, I attribute it to everybody, right? Like, that's how much I care. I will highlight any little creak to try to affect my temperament going forward. But I do like Brian's idea of a one-way friendship in that it is like, I don't know what you did last weekend, but you know what I did last weekend.
Right.
And like, that is asymmetrical, but it doesn't mean that it's not real.
Right.
Yeah,
exactly.
Yeah. Like,
so,
friendship is the key. Like, friendship is kind of the operative phrase there. And one way is just the rules of the road we have to follow.
Yeah, I think what I'm trying to capture in that phrase is growing up. I saw my cousins once or twice a year, right? They were obviously no less family, and but we only got to see each other once or twice a year, So it's like, they're definitely family, they're definitely friends. It's just that there are very brief moments that we get to become fully synchronized, and it wasn't until we started, doing Dragon Con and Comic Con and other meetup stuff where I realized like, oh, wait, there are brief moments that are one-way friendship gets to be a two-way friendship. And the intention was for that to be part of the the Founders Club picnic and all of that stuff, which, by the way, it sounds like we may actually be able to make even bigger than we thought. Details to come. But in the meantime, it has to, our very real relationship has to remain largely asymmetrical.
There we go. Thank you to Princess Willie for that email. Here we go. One last email from Jason. This is entitled "Jury Does Not Rub Everyone the Wrong Way." So we talked a couple of weeks ago.
I beg to disagree. Let me quit. We were at a sporting event, and I was representing Team Night Attack.
Oh, God damn it.
Oh, God. Jason, right. So I may have mentioned before I found Night Attack through the instance, and Scott Johnson tuned into an episode where Justin was pretending to be Captain Morgan, and it was weird and not funny and funny all at the same time. Eventually,
that sounds like Captain Morgan.
I think I'm skipping through that because I believe Jason did tell us that story already.
He did.
Eventually, I listened to more and more and fell in love with the show. I would also like to say that Justin was never a deterrent. The dynamic between you two is fantastic. It was awesome that when I had a chance to meet Justin in New Hampshire along with Andrew Heaton, I didn't feel like I was meeting someone I looked up to, but it felt like I was meeting a friend. Also, if you listen to any interview Justin does on politics, not only does he find himself endearing, I think he always surprises the interviewee with his intelligence and the depth of his questions that the podcast host is asking, almost like he prepares ahead of time. Thanks. I listen to you guys more than my wife, Jason. Thank you, Jason.
I don't.
No, Justice is really, seriously, really fast on your feet.
Do you remember, I think I shared this with you, but your friend of mine, Colleen,
yes.
The first time I went on Twit, she said, "Here's the secret to being the best guest on any This Week in Tech. Read the articles." And I was like, she goes, nobody reads the articles. Everybody knows they're supposed to. Whoever reads the articles is automatically the best guest every single time. And so I started reading the articles. And then you started doing Twit. And I said, I've been told that the secret to being the best guest
is to read the articles.
And sure enough, that's the case.
I think with the PX3 interviews, oftentimes they're more kind of esoteric topics. So like the interviews that I'm recording tomorrow are like comparisons between Trump and Nixon and Carter and stuff like that. So it's like there's not a lot that I really feel like I need to prepare for, but I do think that what I like to do as an interviewer is to get people more into a position where I'm asking what the audience would like to hear. And so in those scenarios, I feel like I do have a professional polish that is more akin to what people would think of as like an interviewer talking to a subject. Where I think I often rub people the wrong way is in the comedy aspect, where it's like somewhere between the volume and the delivery and the coarseness, there's just a lot of stuff that I enjoy that some people at first blush, again, that many come around. Like, and I know this only because that's where people say me saying that people that I make a bad impression is not me trying to elicit sympathy. Let me just make this very clear. It is just me having heard so many times, I hated you when I first heard you. Well, and there's only so many times that you can hear that without saying, all right, look, that's just a thing. But they're here telling me it, which means that like there's a thing, there's an undercurrent that brings you back. And that's what matters.
I cannot emphasize enough that in my life, like when your job is to talk to people who have power, who you perceive as farther along the ladder of success as you, or what have you, like somebody to inappropriately punch you in the belly, it's that moment from Fight Club where it's like, you hit me in the fucking ear. Yeah. All right, go again. Like it's if I say the word sexual, it makes it sound like it's sexual, but I mean, it's like,
it might sound that way.
It's animalistic. Yeah. It's like, nobody talks to me that way. Do it again. And that's what you saw in the early days of BB Live Show. And that I think led to so much of our shenanigans since then.
Well, I think also it's like you and I kind of us unfettered is very like pushing each other and trying to say a thing that the other one wouldn't say or hasn't thought of. And it's like, that's just an energy that is like, I mean, rare.
You kind of saw that tonight where I danced right up to the line of trying to jab a finger in the open wound of the game and our long-standing history or whatever. But then between the lines was like in our weird BDSM comedy cosplay, it's like, no, this is me almost saying a safe word. Why don't you back off just a little bit? I was like,
I mean, if we're really going to open the kimono, like
sure.
Anytime Mikey's on, it's a bit. Like, there's, I mean, I don't want to fucking ruin the magic, but also literally, I'm aware like I know that when Mikey's on, people are tuning in to see me get upset. So I need to get upset or else the bit doesn't it doesn't work. People are going to be upset if we just have a game where we play a game and we're happy. Like I have to be, angry.
Yeah.
I managed to do fine with games where everyone is happy during it. I don't know. All right. Thank you to Jason and everyone who submits emails to mail@nightattack.tv. That's the email address you should send it to, mail@nightattack.tv, and we'll read it here at the end of the show, which is what this was.
Man, man. What did we learn this week, Justin?
We learned that we probably shouldn't give away the entire theatrical conceit of the bit people fucking tune into week after week for.
I believe that we can trust everybody to handle everything. I think we're fine. What we learned is that look left, look right. I don't see a Mikey. Bryce, boy, he makes great games.
He made a good game.
Indeed. We learned that youtube.com/filmjoy is the YouTube channel that you need to go and subscribe to right now.
By the way, do yourself a favor. Listen to the Star Wars radio play. I've been going to sleep listening to it every night. It's like 4.5 hours long. Somebody put it all together on YouTube. That's neither here nor there. That's just a recommendation from yours truly.
And of course, we learned that Quibi is a service that you can subscribe to on your phone right now.
With your golden arm. Fuck you, die in a fire.
See you next Tuesday. Who's that Bit Boss?
Bit Boss.
Congratulations to our Bit Boss this week. It is Jordan DeMoss with 3,000 bits.
More like Jordan DeBoss is, I'm sure, the first time I've ever said that.
And thank you to Rye Whiskey Please for the 5 gift subs.
Night attack. Night attack. Night attack. I love you.
Diamond Club hopes you have enjoyed this program.
Yes.